Hi, this is Allie from A Brighter Web, and I'm going to show you how to remove the background off of a flattened image so you can place that image in other scenes without having a big white background behind it. It'll also give you flexibility with layering that image onto with maybe other images next to it. So in this case, I chose a family that's isolated on a white background. And I want to place them in this neighborhood scene here. The problem is when I move the family over, they have a big white background around them, and we want to remove that. So open your image in Photoshop. Again, I chose this with the white background because it's going to be easiest to trace, and we can use some basic tracing tools, but I'll also show you some of the more advanced tools. When you open the image, in the Layers panel, you'll see it's titled Background and it's locked. So there's not really a lot you can do with that quite yet when it comes to making the background transparent. So we're going to double click and rename that layer. And that's all it takes to remove it as the background. You can now open and close the eye and you'll see that it turns to transparent. And I can move it on the canvas and you'll see that it's a loose image inside the canvas now. So I'm going to undo that and I'm going to start tracing. Again, because this is isolated on white, it's going to be very easy to trace. So I'm going to use this magic wand tool over here on the toolbar. If you can't see it, it might be hidden behind the quick selection tool. We'll just go ahead and use the magic wand tool for this. Don't worry about some of the settings that come up for the tool up here because it's such a basic trace. We don't really have to worry about them, but I'll kind of explain them a little bit. Yours might default to the new selection button right there. So all we're going to do is take the magic wand tool and select out here in the white, and you'll see that it just immediately picked up all the white pixels and outlined them, all the white pixels that we're touching. It did leave a little bit of white on the inside of their arms that's peeking through, so we need to pick that up as well, or else there'll still be some white behind them. So we're going to come up here where we were on the new selection. We're going to click Add to Selection. You'll see a plus sign appeared on my magic wand. I'm going to come down and just select the white that's under their arms, and Photoshop is smart enough to no, just select the white pixels. If it were a more complex gradient or a colored background back here that had some changes in color range, you can change the tolerance to pick up more pixels. The higher the tolerance, the more pixels it'll pick up in the color family that you're selecting. But for now, white is the easy way to go. So now that we have our family outlined, you can double check to make sure that everything is outlined by coming down here to the bottom of your toolbar and selecting the Quick Mask mode. You'll see it changes what is not selected to red and what is selected to white. And white stayed white. We're going to keep this outlined as is because we're about to remove the white, by going up here to the top to Layer, New, Layer via Cut. And by doing that, you'll notice over in the Layers panel, we have removed the white onto another layer, and the family is its own layer. We're now going to turn off the white layer, and we have our family. I can now move them around, and they just kind of float in the transparent background. So now I need to place them onto this background photo. I can simply get a hold of the family layer. Now if you're not able to move this, you need to make sure you have your Move tool selected. You can press the letter V to get it, or just come up here to the very top to select your Move layer, and that's how you move. We're going to drag it. If you saw what I just did, I clicked and dragged up to the second tab in Photoshop, which is my neighborhood scene, and placed them right in there.